All right. Let's do this, baby. Okay. All right. Let's go for it. Oh, what the F? That's not good. Okay, there we go. Fixed it. All right, sick. Okay, maybe I can go a little bit slower this time. But what's good? What's good, gamers? My name is Dr. Ryan Terrell, Psych Sensei. Happy Friday, baby. I'm sorry I had to reset the stream. My camera's getting all jacked up. And the coolest part, though, is you can now catch me on YouTube, on TikTok, and on top Twitch. So how are you catching me? What's good? How are you doing? Hope you're having a nice night. My name is Dr. Ryan Terrell, Psych Sensei. I'm a clinical esports psychologist, and if you want to learn more about me, please visit my website, psychsensei.com. There you can find all the resources, all the links, and I'm sorry if I'm going to be looking this way. I have to see what's up with everybody. So, what's good? What's good? On Fridays, or today, what I'd like to be doing is I'm going to be playing this game called Kind Words, and basically, it's a letter writing game where real people write in and talk about some things that they're maybe going through. They look for advice, and if you want any advice or anything, or if you want me to write a letter for you, please write it down in the chat. I got 2 chats going on right here. So if you have any questions or whatever, please let me know how I can help, how I can support you, or we can have a nice little conversation. But I hope your night is going well. If not, I hope it's going to go better. So, also, if you want to visit my website, psychsensei.com, there you can fill out a free consultation form, and you and I can sit down, see what's kind of going on, what's your mindset, where your head's at, what would you like to improve, how to get better. All those can be found on my website, psychsensei.com. And also, if you're on TikTok, give me a follow, and you can always get some fun gaming content, some fun psychology gaming content there. But without any further ado, let's answer some letters, baby. Oh, I gotta have my stream deck a little closer to me because we be pushing buttons. All right, let's just jump into it. What we got? Okay, we got that one already. All right. Ooh, okay. Anyone else wish there was a friend area on here where we could actually talk to each other? Okay. That's fun. Kind words too. Actually, exactly that. I always try to share my fave book to other people, but nobody read it. Now I feel I'm stupid. I realized that the depictions in the book were far in reality. Now I'm afraid to read the book again. It's called Ami Child of the Stars. It's not really suitable for immature. It's dangerous. Okay, let's just skip that one. Yikes. All right. Let's try one more time. My friend don't know. Oh, you want to come up, Dobby? You want to come up? Oh, okay. My friends don't know it yet, but our time together is going to end sooner or later because I'm in love with my girl best friend, and when I confess, I know it's over for me. Oh, dang. Okay. Interesting. I guess a question to the chat or people in the chat, have you tried to bridge the gap between lover and friend? And if so, how did it go? And I'm just wondering too, like, does this happen more to like girls to guys or guys to girls? You know, like guys falling for girls or girls falling for guys, and like how that goes. You know what I mean? But I guess when you try to make that leap, it's always kind of scary, I think, to try to find somebody that's into you, or I mean, how do you even start that conversation? Ooh, thanks for the follow, Trace VR. How do you even like make that conversation, or how do you even like talk to somebody about being vulnerable about liking somebody or having feelings for this? Because I mean, it's high risk, high reward play. I feel like you can either really jump to the next level, or exactly like this person is saying, the friendship is over. So let's try. All right. Ew. That sounds like you're trying, or you're getting ready to make a big change in your relationship with them. How have you planned to break the news to her? I wonder, have you had similar vibes from them? Oh shit. Oh. Yeah. The thing is broken. No, it's not fine. I want it to do... No. Why is this busted? Huh? There you go. Let's see if I can fix it. Sorry, friends. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Sorry, friends. I want to make sure that I can fix this really fast. I have to switch it so you guys can see the letter that I'm writing versus it being off by a little bit. So let me try to fix this really fast. Okay, looks like I gotta do it manual. All right, well, we're doing a manual out here, baby. We're gonna be doing a manual. All right, no problems. It's only gonna be a problem when I have to switch stuff, but it's good. All right, have you had similar vibes from them? Also, what have you thought about if you do not get the response you want? Just thinking, I'm not saying that it's gonna happen, but just preparing yourself for all scenarios. It can be challenging falling for someone that you may have not anticipated falling for. Best of luck. Best of luck, Psych Sensei. Oh man, that's a hard one. I mean, it's Have a Frog. I think this person has also probably thought about what it's gonna be like, and I don't think... It sounds like they also thought that it might not go very well, because they also did say, like, my friendship, our time together is gonna end sooner or later. And which makes me think, like, is there something, like, what makes them think it's going to end sooner or later, you know? Like, is it ending sooner or later because this transition in their friendship? Or is it going to end sooner or later because they're planning to, like, run away from this person anyway? Like, I'm just kind of confused about what makes them think that it's going to end sooner or later. By the way, what's up, Beats and Dreams? I see you. What's good? But yeah, let's try this one more time. So, my friends don't know it yet, but our time together is going to end sooner or later because I'm in love with my girl best friend. And when I confess, I know that it's over for me. It's gonna be Jover. All right. Phew. That sounds like you're getting ready to make a big change in your relationship with them. How have you planned to break the news to her? Yeah, and also, chat, how would you tell somebody that you're trying to make the leap between lovers and friends, man? How would you try? Have you had similar vibes from them? Because I mean, I wouldn't want this person to go for it if they haven't had the same vibe from this other person, you know? Also, what have you thought about if you do not get the response that you want? But just preparing yourself for all scenarios. I'm not gonna say like this person's gonna get what they want or not. I'm just saying like, hey, it might be helpful to think about what they want out of this conversation, you know, or like how they're gonna respond to this conversation. It can be challenging falling for someone that you might not have anticipated falling for. So I just wanted you, just wanted to just put out all the things that they could be anticipating. All right. Send that over, my dear. Send that over. All right. What else we got here, baby? A few red dots have appeared on my arms, and 2 more appeared in the last 3 months. I'm going to Japan next week, and I'm gone for a month. I got no time to get an appointment, but plan to talk to a nurse online and then get emergency time if necessary. Is that a good plan? Oh my god, I'm not that kind of doctor. I was afraid that they're gonna say the red dots were somebody else, somewhere else, if you know what I mean. And then if those red dots were itchy, if you know what I mean, I think the response here is not that kind of doctor. First and foremost, not that kind of doctor. But I think the response and the play here is not that kind of doctor. That being said, oh my god, I'm having red dots on my arms. Oh, and then keep showing up. Yes, that being said, go see a medical professional ASAP. Please go get yourself checked out and make sure you're being safe. How do you think you got those bumps on yourself? Sounds itchy. Good luck, have fun. Sensei, have a frog. Honestly, like, whenever you have a medical question, you're like, oh, should I see the doctor? The answer is always yes. Please go see the doctor. Dear God, please go see the doctor. Go check out what's on your body, especially if you have insurance, because that shit's expensive and not everyone has the opportunity to go do that. So please go see the doctor. Then, baby. Okay, yes. Oof. That is scurry. That is scurry. And hopefully not scurvy on top of them. Okay. All right. I'm trying to get into dating, but it's just so difficult. I feel like I'm just broken. Wow. Bro, that's a real one right there. That is a real one. Like, for all of you, chat, have you tried to get into dating? And if so, what was that like? Because, dude, honestly, dating as an adult, or like, I can only imagine what it's like for like dating for Gen Z, you know, or even Gen Alpha now that they're coming in high school. It's so crazy. Like that, my question is like, what was the dating scene for you like? Like, what was that like to try to go on a date? Or like, was it like preparing for the date? Were you excited? Were you like, oh God, and they're so anxiety provoking? Or you got that riz and you're like, dude, I'm so excited to go on this date with this person, or I'm so excited to like talk with this person, you know? Because I remember what dating was like, and honestly, I'm so glad I don't have to date anymore. Oh my God. And if you're dating out there, you're trying to date, Godspeed. And also, how is it, man? What was that like? I can only imagine what it was like to try to date after COVID. You know what I mean? Like, oh, or even trying to date in COVID. You know what I mean? Oh, so, please let me know how was your dating experience? And what was that like? What was it like to date now? Is it like hard to connect with someone, or is it awkward, or is it like scary to do it? Rainbow Meowie. True, we're still in COVID, but you know what I mean? Like, you know, like peak COVID, when people were like, we had to stay indoors and online and everything. In my experience, most Gen Z people just gave up. Is that true? Y'all just gave up? Gen Z, did you just give up on love and dating, or how'd that work out, man? Like, tell me, I'm so interested. Man. Whew. All right, don't worry. Psych Sensei's here. I got your love doctor is in. Love doctor is in. All right. You mean when there were protocols, we're actually higher now than most of back then. I would consider me one of them. You gave up, lol. Oh my God, that's so funny. Okay, real question though. Real question. Like, okay, well, for you, Beats and Dreams, or Dreams and Beats, or Beats and Breaks. Why'd you give up, man? Like, what made you give up on dating and stuff like that? And the side note tangent that I'm curious about too, and I wonder if you guys noticed this also, is what I've noticed through my just talking to people, or even like back in the day talking to college, or talking to college kids even currently. Do you think it's easier to be intimate with your body than it is to be intimate with your being? Like, that's my question. Like, because I've when I've talked to college students, or when I talk to like some clients or people who are in the dating scene, like, we've talked about, like, okay, for all of you too, you can answer this question. What are the bases? You know, like, what are the bases? Like, of course, home is like, you know, it's like scoring. But like, for you, like, what was first base to second base to third base to home? You know, what are the pre-things that you had to do to like get to home? And I'm not gonna lie, I was shocked. I asked this kid in high school, like, what are the bases, man? He's like, first of all, what do we mean bases? And I had to kind of explain to them like what the bases and progressing to get home. And they like are playing two-base baseball. Like, it's wild to me that like, oh, I guess like you hold hands, you kiss, and then you like have sex. Like, whoa, that is either I was born the wrong era, or like, damn, baseball and these bases have really changed. And at the same time, I was also kind of asking them and talking to them about like, oh, what kind of things do you look for in a person, or what kind of things do you like talk about, or make sure that this person is right for you? And they go like, ugh, intimacy, that's too much. Like, oh, they know this about me, or like, oh, they want to know these things about me. Whoa. And they don't want to like get too close personally, but they don't mind like just having sex with people or sleeping with people and that being okay. I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm just saying like it's a really interesting observation where, but from what I noticed, people are often more standoffish in sharing intimate parts of themselves instead of sharing intimate parts. You know what I mean? I don't know. Chat, you let me know what your experience of sharing and being intimate, or I don't know, maybe the question is like, what is being intimate feel like defined for you? And then how do you know, is it easier to be intimately physically with someone versus allowing someone to see you? All right, I'm trying to get into dating, but it's just so difficult. I just feel so broken. All right, here we go. That sounds rough. This just started off with that. That sounds rough. All right. Mental is greater than physical. For me, home is not a goal. It was clearly the goal for the dudes. I mean, fair. I don't even want physical without the mental. Ooh. I mean, I think there's a word for that too, right? Like people that are turned on more by the intimate connection that they can form with someone mentally versus physically. Or there's a word for a type of person that can't be physical with somebody, or unless they're intimately connected with them mentally, you know? So I agree. I think at least, I think, again, if we're going to go gender bias or like gender norms, I think women maybe, or females have that more than males. And also, okay, also really interesting too, the difference between male and female breakups and how they deal with them, and the timing of recovery and the healing process between men and women is really, really interesting, I think. Because the timings just don't always line up. For example, like when guys break up with, or when after a breakup, guys are like, woo, I'm single, and they like do a lot of stupid shit, or they like hang out with different women, or they go on dates and all this kind of stuff, and then women are really sad and listen to sad songs, and like they're really you know, cry and eat ice cream on the couch and watch sad movies. And then right when women start like recovering or start feeling themselves and like ready to get back out there, men now dip into the, oh my god, I miss her, I hate being by myself, this is all meaningless, and like they miss, you know? And it's just so funny how the timing works out, but interesting. All right, so sounds rough, period. Dating can be hard, for sure. Dating can be hard, and so can putting yourself out there. maybe the way to start getting into dating is by starting to be open to meet new people and make new friends. Ooh, I like that. I like that. Maybe that would also take the pressure off of a person from thinking like, oh man, I need a date and find a lover and find a partner, versus like, I just want to find a real connection with somebody who understands me, who I can vibe with. And you know what? Funny that you say that. I actually saw a TikTok, for y'all on TikTok. I actually saw a TikTok that kind of said that like, you want to find a partner that is like your friend, like that you can hang out with, that you don't need to talk to all the time to like reassure you of whatever. You can just hang out and share space with them, and they can provide you with peace and stuff like that. And I think if you actually look for friendship or intimate friendship, then you'll never really truly be alone, and you would always want to hang out and spend time with that person, you know, versus like, oh, I really want to find this, I'm intent to find this type of person. Instead of that, maybe finding a true relationship, a true partnership, a true friendship that can grow into that, you know? So yeah, I totally agree. And plus, I think that takes the pressure off of you from, oh my God, I need to do this too. I'm just looking for a really cool friend that I can vibe with. For sure, dating can be hard, and so can putting yourself out there. Have you ever thought of taking the that pressure off of yourself by finding how's this one? By looking for a lover. Oh, sorry. So start looking for a friend instead of a lover. Perhaps by finding someone you can vibe with. Vibe with and feel comfortable around will help you find the right person you're looking for. That being said, what are you looking for? By thinking of this, you can place yourself in the right position to find them. Don't sell yourself short. I'm sure, once you, sometimes you find, that person finds you when you're not looking. Good luck. Have fun. Psych. Sensei. Have a frog. Alright. I'm trying to get into dating, but it's just so difficult. I feel like I'm just broken. Spoiler, you're not broken. You may be bent, but you're not broken. You can always repair yourself. You can always fix yourself if you want. Also, this person that you're trying to find and look for isn't also going to fix you. Instead, what you're trying to look for is a complementary piece, not a piece that's going to complete you. You know, the metaphor that I like to give is like, love is like math, right? What I mean by that is like, it's not about, okay, love is like math. Like, people always say like, oh, I'm looking for my other half, right? And they think like 1/2 plus another half equals 1. But love doesn't work like that, right? Because when you think about love, what you're trying to do is multiply. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So if you take 1/2 and you multiply that by another half, guess what you get? You get 1/4 of a relationship. So instead of looking for your other half, or instead of thinking that this other person is going to complete you, bye Dobby, what you want to do is find one whole person, because one whole person times one whole person equals one full relationship. So again, we don't want to look for someone that completes you. We want to find someone that complements you. You know what I mean? All right. That sounds rough. For sure. Dating can be hard, and so can. Oh, see, we proofread here. and so can putting yourself out there. Have you ever thought of taking that pressure off of yourself by looking for a friend instead of a lover? Perhaps by finding someone you can vibe with and feel comfortable around will help you find the right person you're looking for. That being said, what are you looking for? By thinking of this, you can place yourself in the right position to find them. Don't sell yourself short. Sometimes that person finds you when you're not looking. Good luck, have fun, Psych Sensei. The real other reason why I said, like, what are you looking for is because oftentimes we think we want something, or if we know what we want, we know where to be. For example, like, oh, people are like, oh, find someone at the bar or find someone here, or the gym. But at the same time, like, if you aren't looking for those type of people that are into drinking, or those type of people that are like super healthy and working out, like maybe the bar or the gym may not be the perfect place to find that person, right? So once we can kind of identify the things that you like, say you're really into gaming, maybe we can go to a LAN, or if you really like magic cards, maybe we can go to a tournament or like Comic-Con or something that you enjoy. And then we can find that person that also enjoys that thing. So you don't have to fake it or like feel like you're not being genuine. You have already a common interest with that person and you can just vibe, you know? So also, here's a really fun trick. Most times when people are dating or trying to date, they get really self-conscious about themselves or how they present, or they don't know how to carry a conversation, or maybe they're self-conscious and they don't know what to say. If that's you, here's a trick. And all you need to do is have two things. The first is curiosity. All you really need to do is be curious about what is in front of you. What is this thing? Who is this person? What are they all about? That's something I can't teach you. I can't teach you to be curious. But if you just start from a very curious spot about who is this person, what's this thing, then you're going to do the second thing. You're going to ask them questions. You're going to be like, oh, so what do you like to do? What are you into? What are your hobbies? What do you look for in a relationship? Those types of things that you can just wonder or think about, or, you know, why do you like the color green? Or like, what's your favorite part about being a nurse? How'd you get into nursing? Do you like TikTok? Ooh, show me some of the TikToks you're really into. Are you very demure? Are you very mindful? Like, just stupid things, right? But if you're just curious about who's in front of you and what's in front of you, then you'll naturally ask questions to find out. And then the conversation naturally flows from there. And you don't have to try. And instead, you're just chatting, you know? And that way, the other person feels comfortable because you're obviously into them. You're obviously talking with them. And they're going to probably reciprocate that. But if they don't, bro, that's more data for you. That's more data for you. I would love someone that's interested and would love to talk to you. I think that's great. All right. Thank you, my dear. Take it away. I feel like this applies to general human interaction too. Absolutely. Absolutely. That being curious and that wondering about what's in front of you, like, I mean, that's how you make friends, right? That's how you talk with people. That's how you meet people. So yeah, but here's the thing, like, you have to be curious, right? It's hard to be curious when you're stuck in your own head about what is, you know, oh my God, am I looking this way? Do they think this about me? Oh my God, do I sound stupid? I mean, once you get like stun locked into your own head, it really prevents you from being curious. But stop being so selfish, bro. And instead of being selfish or like being in your head, be here, be now, ask questions, be curious. And if you spend less time thinking about yourself and spend more time thinking about that person or your friend, the less scary it'll be. So absolutely, absolutely. Absolutely. It does apply to human beings. And here's the thing. People love talking about themselves. They love talking. If you ask them questions, of course, they love talking about themselves. They love giving you their own opinion about things or whatever. So if you give them an avenue to speak, then more will follow, honestly. But yeah, these are the skill of conversation is not just for Riz, right? It's for life. It's for life. Hi. College is killing me. I keep getting given assignments due 2 days after being handed out, and I'm hemorrhaging money like there's no tomorrow. Since I got laid off from the job I had, I'm putting in so much I'm putting so much in school and applying for jobs, what feels like nothing. Oh, rough, 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 rough. I mean, any college kids in the chat? You know, like, I remember, like, okay, what's so insane and crazy when I think back about it, it's like, hey, I remember in high school, you had to do all these extracurriculars. You had to like play a sport. You had to be in a club. You had to like do all this stuff. And then in college, it just kind of continued. You had to like be in more clubs. You had to be more extracurriculars. You had to like get really good grades, and then also you had to have a job. You had to have money because maybe you want to, you know, drink and do cool stuff. But whatever, you had to do all this stuff. And I remember like how if feeling that there's not enough time to do everything. You know what I mean? And I think what's really challenging too is that oftentimes we talk about time management and we talk about making schedules and we talk about all this kind of stuff, but like nobody really teaches you how. And so, hey, if you want to learn how to be a better time manager, or if you want to learn how to like get your stuff all in line, please visit my website, psychsensei.com, or give me a follow on TikTok or LinkedIn, TikTok or Twitch or YouTube or whatever. And hopefully I can provide you with some resources of how to get your life in order or whatever, because I think, yes, there's a lot of things to do as long as we don't do them all at once. You know what I mean? So I think for this person, something that may be super helpful is if we can do some time management to slow some things down, at least for the assignments, at least knowing when they're all due. The laid off from the job thing is kind of rough. I don't know what kind of job they had. I really hope it was the bookstore or something. I hope it wasn't something crazy. But I think if this person was able to understand their time and see where their time was going and how much time they're spending on things, maybe they'd have a little bit more control in their life, or feel like they have a little bit more control. And even though things are going fast, maybe they could tamper the speed of things, perhaps. So let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. All right. Man, I feel you. I don't know. Also, how's the time management for chat? Like, is this something that you struggle with? Do you feel like there's not enough time in the day? And if so, how do you find yourself slowing down and commanding more of that time, or making sure that you have more of that time? All right. I feel you. Especially in college. I don't like how sometimes they come up. Oh, no. Did this mess that up? It did. Awesome. Love it. Perfect. Oh, shit, where'd this go? Bro, where did it go? I've lost my TikTok. I've lost my TikTok. All right, let's fix it. Oh shit, it died. My TikTok died. Hey, you know what? Honestly, it's a great stress test though. This has been really insightful. Okay. All right, perfect. And we back. Also, okay. Thank you for being patient with me, friends. This has been a learning curve, not gonna lie. I have about 3 hours of free time when I get home, when I get back from college. Honestly, this looks like a request I'd write. Well, I got you, baby. I got you. Whoa, what is going on? This is so weird. Okay, let's end this. Oh, here it is. All right, I got you, baby. Okay. Also, maybe not everyone needs to go to college. That's a whole different story. Like, that's a whole other rant I can go on. But if you, the thing I would say with not everyone going to college, the thing that I would really want people to understand about college, because like, I know as a millennial, we were fed the everyone goes to college, go to college, get a good job, or else is kind of talk. And the thing that I want to make sure everybody knows, especially students when they come, especially like pre-med students, when they're like, oh, I want to be a doctor. Since I was 3, everyone told me that I was gonna be a really good doctor and I want to be blah, 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 blah. I was like, okay. And now they go through like the weeder classes of like chem bio or like physics or whatever, and they're getting smooshed by their classes or what all the things that they need to do, and they're like, oh my god, I'm failing this class, but I thought I wanted to be a doctor, and now that I'm getting kicked in the ass, I can't be a doctor. The question is like, okay, well, like, why do you want to be a doctor besides people are telling you? Like, what was the purpose of going to college? And I think the most important thing when you're thinking about college or school or higher education in general is like, what are you going to do with it? If college was a vehicle and it was going to take you somewhere, where was it going to go? And yeah, that may or may not involve going to college, but that's a question to ask yourself is like, what are you going to use this education for? How's it going to affect you? Where's it going to take you? I think those are the most important things. But for you, Beats and Breaks, man, like, I got you. Okay. All right, I feel you, especially in college. You can feel like there's not time to do everything, and you may not have the resources to do the things you need to do. One suggestion I have is maybe focusing on your time management skills. Have you tried creating a schedule to visualize the time you have? Because I mean, the reason why I say like schedules and visualizing is like, we may not have time. Like, for example, we have classes, maybe you have work, maybe you have commute time, which everyone forgets. Maybe we have to sleep. God, please go sleep. We have to go to eat. We have to do all these other things to kind of keep us alive. So it's important to see how much time we actually have so we can allocate the correct amount of time to the things we need to do. Because oftentimes if we don't create a schedule or at least try to visualize our time, we just run around and we aren't efficient with it. And I think the best thing that I can suggest about a schedule is it's not something that you write in stone. Like, okay, maybe you have to go to the classes and stuff. Like, those are things that you cannot do. And also, please go to sleep. But it's supposed to be like a living, changing thing. Yes, we want to be consistent in it, but it's not a, oh my God, you didn't do this, you're screwed, your whole day is done, like, give up. It's more like, okay, I didn't do that. Okay, what's the next thing I can do? Or what's the next thing I can focus on? And kind of moving forward. And then you, for the next week, for the next day, you kind of temper back your time, or you can shift things around so you know how to, so you know when to do it again, or how to make more time for the thing to do in the future. So again, schedules are not supposed to be a, oh my God, I didn't do this, it's over, GG. It's okay, I didn't do this. How can I strategize to have more time to do it next time? That's all. Think of schedules and time management not as like gun to your head have to's, but instead think of it as something like a GPS. For example, say you want to go to McDonald's, right? guess I'm hungry. Say you want to go to McDonald's and you put that thing into the GPS and McDonald's says, okay, you have to go follow this route, and then you miss a turn, okay? Does the GPS tell you, listen, you idiot, you're not gonna ever get to McDonald's, you missed a left turn. You're so dumb, I can't believe, you know, just give up, turn around, go home. Like, no, what the GPS tells you is bloop, 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 recalculating. And it gives you an alternative route. That's all it is. That's exactly how schedules should work, is instead of, okay, you idiot, it's over, give up, day's ruined. Instead of that, it's more of a, okay, recalculating. How can you better shift around the next couple things, or the next couple things tomorrow, or the next week, to make sure that this doesn't happen again, or you have enough time to do things you want to do. So we're going to try to remove guilt and shame out of time management, and instead, again, think of it as your GPS for the day. That's it. Recalculating. All right. Have you tried creating a schedule to visualize the time you have to see when you can and cannot do things? Also, this might help you in your job search, as it will show you how many hours you can dedicate to your new job. Please, okay, all of you, okay, please, when you do this, please remember to prioritize your sleep. Good luck, have fun. Psych Sensei. Have a frog. Okay. So, for you, Beats and Breaks, prioritize your sleep, man. Alright. So this is the letter. College is killing me. I keep getting given assignments due 2 days after being handed out and hemorrhaging money like there's no tomorrow since I'm laid off from my job I had. I'm putting in so much in school and applying for a job for what feels like nothing. So rough, man. That's so rough. Okay, so I got... The other thing, too, is, like, I really hope another strategy that I did that really helped me, because, like, ADHD, baby, in school was at the beginning of every semester, I would get their syllabuses, right? And I remember having this, like, accordion, I don't know what you call it, but like a binder folder thing that had a lot of slots. And I used to take every single syllabus and I'd put it in the front pocket. And then every day when I'd go to class, well, okay, scratch that, back up. So I get all the syllabuses and I'd spend one day, because the first day is like, you don't really do anything in class. And it's always a syllabus day. So I get all the syllabuses or syllabi. And then what I would do is I would write down every single assignment in a planner. Or me personally, I was more of a paper kind of planner kind of person. So I'd literally write it down in the planner on each day to like see what it was. And then each day I would use the planner to kind of see what was due, when it was due, all those kinds of things. Nowadays, you have Google Calendar. We didn't really have that back in the day. But you could do the same thing with Google Calendar. Like, you put in all the due dates, all the assignments, all the things that you need to, and then you can even schedule reminders for yourself of when those things were due. Why I like this technique is that, like, it literally, you can visualize everything, when they're all due, what's coming up, and so you're never surprised. You know what I mean? And then for me, I was always looking at the paper calendar being like, hey, what's due today? What's due tomorrow? And then I could only manage about a week, because if I look too far ahead, my ADHD would not allow that. So if you just spend some time creating your own system to set up your time or know what's coming up, then you're less surprised. And if you can better anticipate the time, then it'll never get away from you. So if you're in college, or even now in your job, just use a planner, use something. You use Google Calendar, something. Yeah, college turned me into a religious notes app user. Bro, okay. Okay, literally not too long ago, I was, we're talking to another student, and they're like telling me about Google Docs, slides, and sheets, okay? And they're talking about making a project and how they had to like organize with a group, and they had this group doc open and they're all editing it. I'm like, oh my God, dude. You know, back in the day, we never had Google Docs. I was like, oh my God, how did you do your projects? And I was like, bro, you're not gonna believe this, but we used to like write things down in Word and then send it via email attachment to another person. And then we would all like, it was one person's job to get everyone's documents and then make it flow like one paper. Like that was somebody's job. And they're like, what do you mean? How did you do the slides? I was like, okay, I'm so glad you asked that too. What we have to do with the slides is with the same process. You'd say like, okay, I got slides 3 and 4, and this information is gonna be on the slide. And then you would write the slides, you'd save it in a PDF or something or whatever, and you would send it to your friend. And again, another friend would put it all together to make it flow like one project. And then it was like, you know what the worst part was when like you forgot to update the slide, and then you now have an old like version of the thing that's not in the correct order, and then you do the presentation, you're like, oh fuck, that's not correct, you know? Laugh sadly in email, but not big till after finish high school. Okay, another question for chat. Okay, Rainbow Meow, you're gonna love this. Okay, all right. I will straight just ask my teachers to let me solo group projects in senior year. No! What are you talking about? You have to get hazed to do the group projects, bro. No! Okay, so the question is, for everyone in chat, okay, the save icon. You know that little save icon, that blue one? Or whatever, if you've used Word or even like Docs, like, do y'all know what that save icon is? Like that picture, where that picture comes from? Like, what is that thing in the picture? Because I asked the kid in high school, like, oh yeah, you know that save icon? Like, dude, do you know what that is? And they're like, oh, it's just save, man. Like, it's just save. I push it and it saves. I'm like, yeah, absolutely. That's what it does. But like, what's the picture? Like, what is the picture of? And they just looked at me and kind of blinked like, it's the save icon. Nah, I went through enough the other years, especially since I was the most bullied person in school. Oh, that makes sense. Anyways, was just doing all the just me doing all the work in the end. I mean, that was kind of me too. I did a lot of the work because I was a kind of a control freak, but you know, at a certain point you gotta let go, because sometimes like there's just too much work to do. But anyway, that save icon is a freaking floppy disk, bro. Like you'd have to like, you know how you have USBs, you know, like this, where they can save like bajillions amount of information this USB. Like instead of this, there was a floppy disk where like you had a physical disk like this. And if you're cool in school, you would have a floppy disk holder, okay? It would open up like this, like clamshell action, and you could put like one disk here and one disk here. They're about this big, okay? And you could slide the top like this. A lot of people, a ton of people in my school just did not give a fuck. A lot of people in my year didn't graduate. Yikes. Hey, but you did. You made it, girl. You made it. And you'd have to stick the floppy disk inside of the computer. And the best part was sometimes your floppy disk would get corrupted. You know how you can have like a corrupted file and that's really rare that like the file doesn't open? It's like, oh, corrupted file. Yeah, back in the day, that would just fucking happen. And your file would be corrupted and you'd be like, oh my God, I spent like 8 hours on this paper or whatever, and now it's dead and there was no way you could recover it. And so sometimes you'd have to make multiple copies of the same thing just so it wouldn't get corrupted. Or, here's the hack though. Sometimes you didn't do the work. Sometimes you didn't do the work, or sometimes like you just couldn't finish it. And sometimes you would purposely corrupt the file and send it to your teacher, and they'd be like, couldn't open it. And you're like, oh my God, no, the file's corrupted. I guess I'm gonna send it to you in a little bit. Could I have like a day or two to fix it? You can't do that anymore. But before you could say like, oh, my file is corrupted, or you sent me a corrupted file and you can't open it, but you can't do that nowadays. Still weird, they kept using the same floppy after they moved the actual floppy ones to the little hard guys. Yeah. When zip disk started, oh man, if you had a zip disk, bro, you were next level. When zip disk started, I was like, whoa, so much space. I bought so many of them and an external zip drive thinking it was the future. You know what else I thought was the future? Hard external drives. I thought like those external hard drives that would go were the future, and then you dropped it and it was over. Ugh. And now SSDs are like these little bad boys, SSDs. This is the future, bro. I don't know about you if you know about these things, but SSDs, that we're living in the future. Ah, the original corrupted PDF trick. Absolutely. Hell yeah, dude. I mean, that trick still works. I mean, we're still doing the corrupted PDF trick. If so, I support you. I'm not here to judge you. I support. You guys want to know a funny story from graduate school? That I don't know how my friend thought this was gonna work, but so in graduate school we had to do a annotated bibliography for our dissertation, okay? And so our teacher required us 30 articles, okay? Like 30 articles that you had to read and like critique and then make comments about how you're going to use that in your final dissertation, okay? 30 articles is kind of plenty. That's a lot. That's a lot of reading, right? A lot of reading, a lot of like synthesizing or whatever. My friend, he didn't do it for whatever reason. Like he didn't finish the assignment, okay? But he needed to turn something in, okay? And let me know, chat, what you think about this. If this was a good strat or not, because it happened already. His strat was he took all the papers that he had, okay? He took all the papers and he like punched a hole in them, okay? So he like stapled them, and then he like made the staple in the back open, okay? So he put the staple in, but it wasn't stapled, it was just like open like this. And then he said that the other annotated articles fell off. Okay? Take a guess. You think, did that fly? You think did he get away with it, chat? What do you think? That's right. He turned in like 15 or 10. Okay, so he was missing like half or more than half the assignment, but he just like said, oh, I don't know. I guess they fell off because the staple didn't work. I disapprove. You don't like the broken staple trick, dude? Spoiler, it didn't work. He got really fucked. It was hilarious. And he's telling us the story we're drinking. And he's telling us this story because we're like happy drinking. He was like, whoa, we finished. And so we were just drinking and like having a party. And then he was all sad because he got in trouble. Like he didn't finish. And so he had to like do mediation or something. And so we were happy drinking and he was sad drinking. But it was so funny. I was like, dude, you thought what? You thought it was gonna work, bro? Like what? How? In what reality, bro, was that gonna work? So the TLDR is do your work. Do your work. Okay, let's see. All right. So funny. I disapprove. All right. Oh, all right. I'm here for this one. Are you ready? Are you ready? It's been almost a week without any response from a girl I've been talking to for weeks. Chat. Same stories. Ever happened to you, man? Ever happened to you? You're trying to talk to someone for a little bit and you ain't got a response. They ghosted you or just stopped. Oof. Honestly, I think that's the worst. Like, okay, I guess this is a question for everyone in chat too. Like, would you rather get ghosted or would you rather have someone be like, listen, it just doesn't work out for me. No, thank you. Like, it was fun, but like, nah. Like, what would you rather have? Would you rather have the, I'm just gonna read between the lines and just not do this anymore? Or would you rather have someone be like, thanks, but no thanks? It's been almost a week without any response from a girl I've been talking to for weeks. We've connected right away from the moment we met in person. Oh, damn! Oh, that sucks. I thought this was just text only, but it seems that like they were texting and then they also like met up in person. Bro, that is brutal. Okay. Last message from her was that she would answer back, that she had a shitty day, got even worse. I'm worried for her. Oh, my heart. No, ghosting sucks. Sitting there for weeks wondering if something happened to them. I got ghosted before ghosting became known as a common thing. Girl, same. Same. Someone I was full on dating. Dude, oh, what? Sorry, that was a double take. What? Huh? I'm glad that you're no longer dating them. Jeez. All right. All right. That is rough. That is rough. I think this is also rough too because they not only were texting them like you, Rainbow Meowie, they also met up in person. And then the last message was like, I'm having a shitty day that got even worse. Subtext because you texted me. Nah. Just jokes. Just jokes. I'm worried for her. Oof. Okay. Other questions. Like, are you worried about her because they didn't text you back? Or are you worried because they had a shitty day that got even worse and then it got quiet? You know what I mean? Like, are you actually worried about her or that they're not texting you? Or like, I wonder what their last text was like, hey, checking up on you, or, you know, or, okay, chat, this for you too. Have you ever ghosted somebody? And if so, what was the reasons for you ghosting them? Was it like, I wasn't able to be open and honest with like what I wanted? Or I was scared to tell you thank you, but no thank you? Like if you were the ghoster, the ghost? Ghost? I don't know. I mean, the one ghosting versus the ghostee. Like, what was your reasons for ghosting somebody? I don't think I've ever ghosted someone, to be honest. I don't think I've ever ghosted somebody. I think I was able to tell someone like, thanks, but no thanks. Or like, this was fun. No, thank you. But I don't think I've ever ghosted somebody. But yeah, if you did ghost, I'm curious. What was the play? Okay, let's try to answer this for someone. Oof. Getting ghosted. Getting ghosted is never easy. And the worst and what sucks is thinking why they aren't texting you back. What? Okay, here's the question for him or her or you know, them, is what if it wasn't you? You know, clearly this person is saying that they had a bad day. So what if it's not you? Would that make it feel better? Because what if they're dealing with something on their own? You know, they're dealing with whatever they're dealing with, and it's not your fault for why they're not texting you back. Because it also seems, I think the worst part about ghosting or getting ghosted is that like the silence makes you think. It makes you run around in circles, right? And I'm not sure if it's because we're humans and, you know, or we're always searching for something, but like for some reason, whenever you get ghosted, you always kind of think about, it was my fault. It was me. I was terrible. And that's the reason why this person's not texting me back, right? But what if we just said, okay, I respect you, that you are dealing with your own thing, and when you're ready, you'll come back and you'll come text me, you know? And I wonder if depersonalizing the ghosting, if it would make the silence easier. I don't know. What do you guys think? But at the same time, it's very, I'm not saying that this is easy to do, right? It's not easy to be like, it's not me, but we can entertain it for a second. Like, what if this person is going through their own thing? I'm gonna give them space. And when they're ready, they'll come back, you know, or because, you know, they even say we connected right away from the moment we met in person. If this connection was really true, or this connection is as deep as you say, A, they should text you back. I mean, bar none. But also B, we could also trust this connection and, you know, not personalize this ghost. Okay. Could it be that they are just dealing with their own things and will text you back when they are ready? Is there a way? Could it not, is it possible, they aren't texting, it's not your fault, I'm gonna put that in quotations, that they aren't texting you? It's fine to express, I think it's okay to text them that you'll text them to check in on them, and give them the space to text you back when they are ready. Also, ready. Perhaps depersonalizing the ghost, their ghosting behavior may help you feel less bad about them not texting. Good luck, have fun. Like Sensei. I wish I had a better way to end that letter. Chat, help on that one, I guess. Yeah. Okay, so there's a letter. It's been almost a week without any response from the girl I've been talking to for weeks. I think what makes it hard is for weeks part 2. We connected right away from the moment we met in person. Ooh, switch ghosting to silence. That's a great edit. That's a great edit. That's a great edit. I like that. Thank you, Rainbow Maui. Since we don't know it's ghosting, true, we just know that it's silent. So we're just going to use descriptive words about the behavior, but not about the actual label. I like it. I like it. That's a good edit. All right. Last message from her was that she would... See? Okay, here. All right. Another good thing, too, maybe we should write this, is that she said her last message from her was that she would answer back. So she said she would answer back, right? So that gives us confidence, right? She's told us, we have a verbal confirmation that she's gonna text us back when she's ready. And that she had a shitty day that got even worse. I'm worried about her. Also, the thing we don't know is like how long the silence has been, you know? And reading ghosting over and over. That's true, right? If I keep saying ghosting, it might like inception that they did get ghosted. Absolutely. All right. And reading ghosting over and over might make them send them in a shitty, why the fuck are you ghosting me message. Yeah, that's true. We don't want them to turn into a pick me. Absolutely. Great. When something super horrid might have happened to her, that's very fair. Like she could have been assaulted. Whoa. Okay, true. Let's not run away with this. Let's not run away too far. That she could have been assaulted and be dealing with the police, etc. Yes. Hopefully not. But yes, that could have totally happened to her. Okay. All right. Getting ghosted is never easy. And what sucks is thinking why they aren't texting you back. Could it be that they're just dealing with their own things and will text you back when they are ready? I'm gonna put this thing. Like she said. Is it possible it's not your fault that they aren't texting you? I think it's okay to text them to check in on them and give them space to text you back when they're ready. Perhaps depersonalizing their silence may help you feel less bad. Oh, how many E's in feel? I think 4. May help you feel less bad about them not texting. Period. Maybe not question mark. Wait a minute. Good luck. Have fun. Psych Sensei. Have a frog, baby. Yeah. Thank you, Rainbow Maui. That was a good edit. Good edits. Honestly, I think it's really hard, right? Like, my suggestion is if you don't want to talk to somebody anymore, just tell them. And you know what? If they respond negatively, the answer's still no. In fact, if they answer negatively, that's an even better sign they made a great decision to say no. You know what I mean? But I think it's important to like make sure that you tell somebody what you feel instead of just getting out of there. Clean breaks. IMO. I know that's caused a lot of anxiety. You have to let somebody down. It's a really weird conversation. At the same time, for like peace of mind for both of you, at least you know where you stand. You know, it's clear comms. But hey, I can feel, I can understand why ghosting or people ghost or whatever, but just my personal IMO. Holy. Okay. All right. This seems like a real one. I've been isolated for a while, and I want to be, but now I'm afraid of the outside world. And as a young adult, I'm closer to being in it. Well, spoiler, you've been in it, baby. Like, you've been in the world, man. The thought and the stress, constant anxiety makes me just want to end it all. Oh God. Okay, that we took a turn. We took a turn. I'm drained, extremely exhausted, even afraid. Okay, that last one is really interesting. Even afraid. Okay, and I can understand as a young adult, and finding your sense of self, finding your place in the world, seeing what you want to do as a big ball of potential, you know? And I can understand the anxiety. It makes sense. It makes sense to be confident and grow into yourself and know who you are. That I can totally understand that it's scary and even afraid. I guess the question that I have for this person, even thinking out loud, is like, what are they afraid of? Because if we can understand where the fear is or the vibes of the fear, maybe we can put things in place. Maybe we can talk about some things that make it less scary. Or I posted this video on my TikTok and freaking everywhere else where it was like a glass like this. Okay, this is making me anxious. And like someone's pounding the table like this, and it's like at the edge of the table, right? Like, and someone's pounding the table, making it shaky, and you see this glass like tipping and like going like this. And that is like the perfect example of anxiety, right? Like you are worried that the glass is going to hit the ground and there's going to be water everywhere. But what people forget is that, like, yes, it is anxiety provoking watching the glass kind of tippy and like look like it's going to fall over and break and spill everywhere. That's anxiety provoking. Yes, fair. At the same time, what people don't understand is that, like, sure, you can be anxious about that thing, but at the same time, what's more important is having the confidence or having the skills or knowing what to do when it does fall. Can you clean it up? That's it. Like, the glasses fall, right? Relationships break. We all make mistakes. But the question is, do we know how to repair them? Do we know how to work on it? Do we know how to clean up the mess? And are we confident in doing that process? Because if we just worry about the glass falling, we're gonna just set ourselves up for a bunch of anxiety. But at the same time, when it does fall, it's okay. It's okay. It's annoying. Yes. Is it messy? Yes. At the same time, all we really need is a mop, a broom, some paper towels, maybe a towel to clean up the mess. And it's gonna take some time? Yes. At the same time, it's no big deal at the end of the day. Glasses fall. So, for this person, I am thinking about... That sounds really heavy. I'm just curious. What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? Once we know what you are anxious, A-N-X-I-O-U-S, about, we can start learning different skills to help you make sure that if you encounter those things, you will know how to effectively navigate them. It sounds like you are really good at finding. Also, this person's amygdala sounds like it's like working overtime. Basically, what your amygdala does is it constantly searches your environment for danger. And here's the best thing about your brain. Its main goal is to keep you alive, right? Especially your amygdalas. And so your amygdalas are so sensitive that it doesn't, or maybe doesn't not the word, but it has a really hard time discerning from real from perceptual danger. And what I mean by that is failing a test and getting chased down by a lion. Like your brain interprets that same danger as danger. Like it doesn't, just because it feels like you're in danger, or you feel you're gonna die, it also interprets that as actual danger. So this person's amygdala is searching its environment for danger, thus stressing them out, thus constantly making them anxious. So the question is, how can we calm that amygdala down so it's not so afraid? And then once it's calm, we can make better decisions. And so that's why I'm thinking, like, if we can train it to, yes, acknowledge that the things that are happening are there. Thank you. Thanks, Elizabeth. So if we could acknowledge that the fear is there, and instead of using the amygdala of, oh my God, I'm going to die, could we instead turn it into a fire alarm? And what I mean by that is, like, okay, I don't know if this happens to you in your house, but you, like, you know that your fire alarm, when it runs out of battery, goes beep, beep. And it's really irritating and comes at random times, especially when you're trying to sleep. And yes, if that's happening to you, please change your batteries. But all that is, or even a smoke detector, it's just telling you that there's smoke here, right? That's all it's saying. So in the same way, could we turn that amygdala that's overreacting to things in the environment to saying, okay, there's danger here. And then we can look and say, okay, is this real danger? And if not, we don't have to respond this way. Maybe it's just beep, I have to change the batteries. Maybe it's beep, oh no, something's gonna happen, but then nothing happens, you know? So instead of being an alarm, like, oh my God, I have to pay attention to it, could it be just a check for us to be more conscious of what's in our environment? That's to make sure that we're feeling a little more safe, a little more secure, you know? That's what I'm thinking. Genki Sushi. Holy shit, buddy. I see you. What's good? What's good, baby? What is good? Feels like you are really good at finding and how can we shift your attention to finding what solutions to those scary things. I think you are more capable than you think and can I bet how obstacles when they come. Trust yourself. Psych Sensei. Oh no, where'd my name go? Good luck. And yes, Genki Sushi, I'm using all the lines, all right? I'm doing it. Have a frog. All right. I've been isolated for a while, and I want to be, but for now, sounds like they were kind of leaning into that anxiety. But for now, now I'm afraid of the outside world as an adult. I'm closer to being in it. The thought and the stress, constant anxiety makes me want to end it all. I'm just drained, extremely exhausted, even afraid. All right. That sounds really heavy. I'm just curious, what are you afraid of? Once we know what you are anxious about, we can start learning different skills to help make sure that if you encounter those things, you'll know how to effectively navigate them. It sounds like you are really good at finding the scary things, and how can we shift your attention to find solutions to those scary things? You are more capable than you think, and I bet you know how to overcome obstacles when they come. Trust yourself. Good luck, have fun, Psych Sensei. Nice. All right, I think we have time for one more letter. One more letter. But I hope y'all are doing fine. Better than the camera that keeps dying. And I wonder why. It's really interesting that it just keeps dying. But hey, we're fixing it. We're fixing it, baby. We are fixing it. Alright. What we got here? I feel like this is gonna go into imposter syndrome, but let's see where we go. Alright. So I got a promotion at work. That is a great thing. And I'm not sad about it. The only problem is that at the same time, I failed the interview for my dream job I so much yearned for. I guess I am stuck here, unable to break through. Or is it just my ego? Interesting. Interesting. Skip. Oh my god. I thought I read it wrong. I thought I read it like I hate my kid. How to improve memory. Okay, let's go for a bang. Okay, here's one. Maybe it's a banger. My BF and I argue constantly these days. I'm anxious about his support, so every time he's bothered or anxious himself, I feel like he doesn't care about me. Damn. I know he doesn't. I know he does, but it's like every time I say something, it's always wrong. Besides him telling me the opposite. Whoa, what? My boyfriend and I argue constantly these days. That's not great. Couples therapy. Also, great show on Amazon. Check it out. I'm anxious about his support, so every time he's bothered or anxious himself, I feel like he doesn't care about me. I know he does, but it's like every time I say something, it's always wrong. Besides him telling me the opposite. I wonder if this is a perception thing, but also because it seems that like they may not be getting along right now, that it just seems worse than it is, you know? So, wow. I wonder if anyone else in the chat kind of vibes with this or has a similar situation or what have you with something like this. But yeah. Man, that's rough. That sounds rough. Okay. It sounds like you're also anxious. And about his response to you, and that you may not trust. Well, I don't want to say that you may not trust him, but at the same time, if the shoe fits, you know. may trust what he says. What would make you feel more supported by him? And what would help you feel less anxious, less worried about his responses to you? I wonder if your anxiety also influences how you perceive him and his reactions to you. Because I mean, if you're already entering with the frame of, oh no, we're gonna fight, or like, can't really say, or he's angry when he says he doesn't, you know, like that already sounds kind of shaky. What do you think about therapy? It could be helpful to have a neutral third party help mediate these tough challenging situations. Good luck. Have fun. Psych Sensei. I think I'll always encourage people to go to therapy. I think that it's really important especially if you're having arguments with your partner and you really want to make it work. You know, you want to work on communication, you want to see where they're coming from. It might be super helpful to have a mutual third party to kind of help you translate what's going on or help you see things that you may not. And that's not on anyone's side. Because I think when you're in a relationship, it's really hard to see some of these nuances. But when someone else comes in, it's easier for them to see, hey, do you know, what are you trying to say? Do you understand what happens when you say this, how they react and respond? Especially if you have, like this person saying they're very anxious when they get bothered or upset. And it feels like they don't care about them. But I wonder, too, if that's not really what the boyfriend is trying to communicate, although it may come off and it may feel that way. You know what I mean? So by going to therapy and having someone talk with both of you to help translate or ask different questions to guide the conversation, it may prevent people from shutting down or help people understand each other from a different perspective. Because it sounds like already the filter is there where when I say something, it's always wrong. I think it's really important too to listen to when people talk in absolutes, because I mean, it's not always, right? It could be mostly, it could be sometimes, but it's rarely always and never. But it seems like it's gotten to a point where people or they are in this relationship and it's I'm always wrong, which is a very, oh man, that's a very big core value or very, very big statement making it about yourself. I'm always wrong, you know? So interesting. Go. Maybe therapy will help. But also checking themselves of seeing how the anxiety may influence their perspective. Okay. So my BF and I argue constantly these days. I'm anxious about his support. So every time he's bothered or anxious himself, I feel like he doesn't care about me. Fair. I know he does, but it's like every time I say something, it's always wrong, besides him telling me the opposite. So I said, that sounds rough. It sounds like you're anxious about his response to you, that you may not, and that you may not trust what he says. What would make you feel more supported by him, and what would help you feel less worried about his response to you? I wonder if your anxiety also influences how you perceive him and his reactions to you. What do you think about couples therapy? It could be helpful to have a neutral third party help mediate these challenging situations. Yeah, where did my thing go? Where did my good luck have fun? All right. Whew. Okay. Nice. Send. All right. Thank you, my dear. All right, my friends. Well, I just want to say thank you so much for coming to the stream. Really appreciate you coming. Thank you for helping me test the both the TikTok stream in addition to the YouTube and freaking Twitch stream. I'm streaming everywhere, so thank you so much for helping me. Thanks for coming, Beats and Breaks, Rainbow Meowie, always a pleasure. I seen you, Genki Sushi. Thank you too. Thanks for all the likes on the TikToks, and thanks for the follow. It was super fun. Lots of good advice to let marinate in my head. You know, I hope it was helpful. This was fun. Catch me next week, Monday, 10:30 p.m. 10:30 a.m. PST. My good friend and I, Casey Thomas, will be talking about mental performance stuff and nutrition for Mind and Munchies. I still have to make the background for that, so don't tell Casey I was supposed to do it this week, but things got away from me again. I have to make the scene, and then I'm going to see if we can do it on TikTok too to see how that works, but maybe not, because I'm not sure if I can add 2 sources. But hey, if not, it'll definitely be on Twitch and YouTube. And then also, if you want to come back at 7 p.m. PST, I'm trying to shoot for Monday through Friday for some more esports psychology stuff, maybe some kind words. I'll probably have to put out a schedule on my Twitter. So if you want to go to my website, psychsensei.com, you can find all the links to everywhere. To my Twitter, my LinkedIn, my TikTok, my YouTube, my Facebook. All of it can be found there at psychsensei.com. And also, if you would like to maybe explore yourself, maybe work on yourself, find out your win condition, all those kinds of things too, you can fill out a free consultation form there on my website, psychsensei.com, and you and I can sit down, figure it out. And the best part about that, baby, is it's completely free. All right? The first one's always free. That way, at least we can see what's kind of going on. I can maybe provide you with some resources, and we can definitely hang out. So all those things can be found on my website, psychsensei.com. That being said, my friends, thank you for hanging out with me tonight. And again, thank you for coming. I hope you guys are safe. Have a nice weekend. Love you. Mwah! And remember, stronger mental wins. All right, friends. Pieces. Take it easy. Bye.